What is up, guys? It's the Football Fanatic. This past week of sports has been quite crazy. You have the NBA Finals basically starting to get going once again with the Cavs and the Warriors. And then you have the NHL Finals, which have already gotten going, and it's the Penguins versus the Predators, and the Penguins won that game. But one awesome thing that I saw on a website was the first mock draft just came out for fantasy football, and of course fantasy football is amazing. So here is my first round mock draft that I think is pretty logical, should make sense. Starting out, we're gonna go 1 through 12 like in a normal fantasy draft. So my number one pick, if I were in the number one position, would be David Johnson out of Arizona. This is because he not only catches balls, he's a running back, so he runs balls too, but he is extremely productive on the field, and he is basically a huge component of their offense. If you look at his stats, he totaled a ton of touchdowns for the Cardinals. So he's definitely number one, but a similar player to him is Le'Veon Bell, who I picked at number two. If I were number two, I'd pick Le'Veon Bell. Bell catches, like I said, he catches more than David Johnson, and he runs. He's very patient. He's a patient runner if you ever watch him, but he is extremely productive as well. Definitely a number two pick. Could even go number one. Those two could switch around, but I've got Johnson at one, Bell at two, and then I'd say most productive only running back really would be Ezekiel Elliott, and so I have him at number three. However, that could change if something happens in the offseason. There's been some interesting occurrences to that extent, but for now he's number three. I like him, and then number four, I think basically your big three running backs are taken up right there. There may be some, but they're getting old or something. There's some problems there. So number four, I think that Julio Jones, the year he had last year was good, but I really do think he is better than that even. And so I think he deserves number four, with close following Antonio Brown at number five. Those two are very close for the best receiver in the league, but I believe that the Falcons, their low power defense and high power offense allows Jones to be such a great player, because maybe they're trailing or they're fighting for the lead or something. So they're always passing, it seems. And I mean, they run too, but they are a high power passing offense. Antonio Brown is only good with Ben Roethlisberger, it seems, so I thought his value dropped from that. And then coming back at number six is Odell Beckham Jr., who he's good. He's a good receiver, but again, we have to watch what happens in the offseason, how Manning and him are connecting, because there are receivers being built up behind Beckham who are very good, like Sterling Shepard. And so his value might drop. And then number seven, I think DeMarco Murray is deserving of that slot. He's got the same kind of physique as Bell and Johnson with the passing game and then the running game. His value drops when Henry plays more, and it seems that the Titans kind of want to do that, so I don't know, 7 might be a little bit too generous. Number 8 is Aaron Rodgers, and I believe he's the best QB for fantasy. Tom Brady, I would say, is the best QB overall, not in fantasy really. But Rodgers, his team they have a bunch of weapons, and he scores a bunch of touchdowns, and so it's really, really good. Number 9, I think Mike Evans is deserving of that slot. Actually, I looked back through the stats this past year, and I was surprised because Evans had, I believe it was the most points out of every wide receiver, and it was because he had a lot of touchdowns, but he also had a lot of yards, and that really, really surprised me. And I think that he definitely deserves a first round pick. I know he's not normally first round, But with OJ Howard now in Tampa Bay, the new tight end, and then they have their other tight end, Brait, and then Deshaun Jackson going there too. It's going to open up a lot of room for him, or maybe just for one of the other guys. Number 10, this one's a little iffy. He's a little old. It's LaShawn McCoy out of Buffalo. Buffalo's got a very run-heavy offense. Their quarterback runs it a lot, Tyrod Taylor. And yeah, I had him in fantasy last year, and he saved me quite a bit. As long as he stays healthy, you could expect a 100-yard game and a touchdown from him, I'd say, on average. Number 11 is Devonta Freeman, I think. He, again, has the same physique as Murray, Bell, and Johnson with the passing game and the running game, and I think that's really important in fantasy, especially in PPR. So I've got him at number 11. He's in a high-power offense. I think he puts up nice points. Only his value could drop if Tevin Coleman takes most of the snaps. And then number 12, I have Jordy Nelson. And yep, high power offense, Aaron Rodgers, they connect very well. He's a great pick at number 12. Other wide receivers that I think should go at number 12 could be Dez Bryant or AJ Green. And maybe Adrian Peterson if you really want to take a risk and see if he does well with the Saints. Anyways, that is my kind of first round mock draft. It's my first go at it. Just kind of going off the last season, how things went. If you enjoyed, then just leave a like. Subscribe for more fantasy stuff. And I will see you guys later.